pictures of the feet. Right, so glutes, same as any other muscle. The more you do it, the more the results you're going to get on that body part. You could probably train your glutes every other day and they're going to recover, because you can't really, a smallish muscle, so you can't really hammer them enough to not repair within about 24 hours. With your legs, because they're a bigger muscle, and your back, you hammer them, they maybe take 2, 3, 4 days to recover. Glutes, every other day you can train them. The more volume you put through them, the bigger the muscle gets. Everybody's different, because we're all different structure and different setup. Everybody will feel these exercises slightly different, and there's no sort of rights or wrongs in anything to do with training. Well, there is some wrongs. Like, if the wrongs are if you do something dangerous, but say someone that was doing like a bent over row, there's loads of different angles you can do, and there's probably a preferred angle for every single person, depending on how tall you are, how short your legs are, where you've got boobs, where you've got bum. So there's no sort of, if you watch somebody and think, oh, I need to make that exact angle, it's what you feel best on and what you feel the muscle working. So like any muscle, if you activate it, you're going to feel it better. So if you do a normal squat, chances are you're going to feel it more on your legs. So if you activate your glutes before you do the squat, because they're activated, when you start squatting, your glutes will come more into play. So, where's the wrist? I'll run through some body weight stuff. I'll show you how to use the new machine, and I'll show you variations of it in case somebody's on that. We'll do some cable stuff in the women's bit. So these body weight stuff, I'll put this video into Facebook so it's there. And what I'll do, I'll make like a bit of a cheat sheet with different exercises on that you can sort of rattle on. You could maybe incorporate some of these ones, like this machine, when you're in the gym. You might as well make use of the equipment. And then these bodyweight ones you can do at home as a bit of an extra, just to give it a bit more working. So, like I said before, I've got squats. Use one of these benches. It's alright. So when people are squatting, see all kinds of strange and wonderful things. But if you're sort of bending from the knee, like this, you see there, all that focus is going on my quads. Yeah? So to make it go on your bum, pretend that's a toilet and you're desperate for a poo. You don't sort of go like this, do you? Stick your bum out and sort of bonk yourself down with the newspaper. So that's what you need to be doing. So push yourself right far backwards. Because I'm coming backwards, I'm loading my glutes, and then I'm pushing through my heels and pushing back up. So bum out, back, and then up. If I'm just coming down like that, it's sort of loading my quads. Yeah. Everyone's have a go at this. The important thing to remember is all my weight's on my heels, yeah? So it's on my heels. I'm not, people come down on the tippy toes, they maybe sort of haven't got the flexibility, but I bet you can all sit on the toilet, yeah? Everyone will sit on the toilet and then they ask people to do a squat this way. Yeah? At least you know you've been doing it right. And you can practice these on the sofa, so when you're at home, just get the sofa right behind your calves and just practice sticking your bum out. So first movement, sticking that bum out when I'm training glutes. If we're focusing on quads, then it's absolutely fine to bend from the knees to get more focus on the quads. So when you're watching somebody do them, they'll all look quite similar when you're watching somebody, but it's that subtle, either from the knees or poking your bum out. So you want big glutes, hamstrings, poke your bum out more. If you want to focus on your quads, bend from your knees. So So this one's really good. My arse cheeks were killing the other day when I done it. So lunging, there's different methods. You can come up here on the track or a little bit of space. You can do a walk and lunge. So you just put one leg forward, bending from your knee, trying to get your trail leg knee to touch the floor, and that gives all the focus on your glutes. And then you come up, push. Because I've got like a disabled knee, I can't sort of bend this one, so I just sort of go like that. But I can't feel as much on this glute as I can when I bend that leg, yeah? So this leg here, I just haven't got enough strength at a certain position, I just drop on the floor. So like that, right down, and then I can really feel that. When I'm doing it and I'm not bending that leg, I can feel it a little bit, but not as much as when I'm bending it. So you can do walking lunges, or you can just do alternates. So you just come forward, push back up. You do reverse lunges. They're just coming backwards. That one you're going to feel a bit more in your quads than your glutes. So forward lunges are always best. Down. You can add stuff into this, so you can add like a little bounce. Just keep it there, and that's focused on your glutes. You can do a squat lunge, so we'll come down, squat, lunge, squat, swap legs. Yeah, so we can sort of mix it up a little bit. So side to side jump squat. So we're just going to squat, jump to the side, squat, jump back. So a lateral, what do they call it? A lateral squat walk. You'll see that a lot of the lasses do it downstairs. Some of them have got bands around the legs. It just makes their legs stay together and tightens a bit more so they don't go too loose. So on this one, just sort of squatting along, yeah? So me keeping down like that, keeping low, puts all that focus on my glutes and it keeps it there. So donkey kick. So this one here, you're in that position, you're just going to push your foot up, and then I'm going to squeeze my glutes at the top, slow it down, push back up. This is what I used to do with a lot of PT clients. If there's two of you together training, one of you can put a bit of pressure on the foot. So as they're pushing up, you're pushing down on them a bit and creating a bit more tension there. Fire hydrant. This basically looks like the dog going to have a little piss on the drain pipe. Up, down, back. Yeah, and then you can do reverse. And then just swap legs. Again, rep range with all these, because of the body weight, if we want to improve, we can sort of add these in as a bit of an extra to a gym workout, which is good. If you were just doing these body weight ones all the time, say you've done 10 one week, then you'd have to do 12, then 14, then 16. And that's the problem with like home workouts. Eventually, you're doing like 500 of each thing to get progression. With the weights, if I'm doing a lunge, I do 10, and I pick some 1 kilo dumbbells up, do 10, then 2s, then 10. So you go up in weight, so it keeps that gym time down. Obviously we're all busy, and we sort of can only dedicate so much time to the gym. So weight is where it's at. It makes it a lot easier to increase stuff without making loads of time. So squat pulse, like I said before, shoulder width, you're going to poke your bum out. When you're down, all that tension's on your glutes, you can just sort of pulse as many as you want. So glute bridge, which is like a bodyweight version of this machine. this is one that people like find the corner because it's just to get out of the way. It's a feel like batters do it in front of everybody. So you're just going to come up. At that point, you're squeezing your glutes, and then nice and controlled down, up, squeeze. This is one where you see people do, and they're just bouncing about, going through the movement. If you do it nice and slow, squeeze your glutes, you stretch, you're going to feel it a lot better. So from there, we've got a one leg one. So same thing, because you've got a leg up in the air, it's got more tension on your bum because it's got one leg, and you're probably creating like twice as much weight on it, so it's going to be a harder movement. And squat jump. So as I've been doing all this, I've activated my glutes, and now when I'm squatting, I can feel it working right away rather than my legs. So squat jump, just going to come down as far as you can, and then jump up. Yeah, if you're heavier, like me, or you've got a gammy leg, try and steady yourself first rather than just going up and down all the time because it'll impact on your knees. I was going to tell you about that one. Yeah, when I'm doing my squat jump, see how I'm getting like really low? It's because I'm pushing my knees out, pushing my hips out. When I'm coming down, they're going out. That allows me to get right down. Whereas if I'm just sort of jumping like that, I've got to just load up my quads. Yeah. So again, there's no right or wrong. When you start doing it, you'll feel your quads working, and you'll automatically think, I must be doing something wrong. So you just tweak your feet a little bit. So single leg deadlifts. Now this takes a bit of practice, and if I fall over, you can't laugh, right? So one leg. Up, squeeze my bum at the top. Squeeze. Stretch. And again, we can get weights in our hand with this as well. Right, so that's all the body weight stuff. Anybody got any questions on that? No. What I'll do, put the video on the group, I'll write all the exercises down, I'll put some pointers, I'll put some pictures of like the starting point and the end point so you can sort of get familiar with them. The more you do this, the more your bum's going to work. Everybody likes to pinch your bum. Surprised there's not more men in this as well. Like, why would a man want to pinch your bum as well? We don't discriminate. Right, so I'm going to show you, has anyone had a go on it? Again, it's one of them machines that everybody comes in, it's like, oh, I don't want to look like an idiot, I'm not going to go on it. Yeah, you can't really look like an idiot on it. It's, once you're strapped in, there's only one way it's going to go. So, it's got a little plate on there, that moves up and down. And this is going to be depending on how flexible you are. If you're really flexible, you can get it really high, but some people's flexion on your foot won't go that much, and it's going to cause you pain. So everybody will be different on this. It's a case of have a little go. If something's hurting or niggling, then change it. Yeah. Again, there's no right or wrong. Probably when you first do it, try and have it in the lower setting, because that's the easiest to get in. So when you sit on it, there's a little seat, we're going to sit on it. If you take the pad off, so the way it works, it's a seat belt. So you know when you have a crash in it, like, well, so if you jerk it too much, it's just going to stop. So you have to push it right back into the seatbelt holder, and then pull it over into the pad. And then it just straps in like a car. I think this is alright. knows where to put that. So this is just one of the squat pads. So it's got a, we'll do it with this anyway, so this is fine. They'll probably put this on because it's a bit softer. Yeah, the other pad's brand new, so it's maybe digging into them a little bit. So weights go on the ends. Start with just the machine to get used to the movement, and then you can sort of increment and stuff on. So I'm just going to put our feet up, and then from that position, just push yourself up. So see where my shoulder blades are. I'm only just so on the edge of the pad. Then that allows me to come right down, then come right up and squeeze my bum. Stretch, squeeze. Yeah. So this one, we can sort of simulate it on benches. It's a lot harder, and the reason why I bought the machine is like women are loading the bar up, and then I'll show you what to do it. Sort of like doing it on a bench, which is fine. So you put your shoulders on a bench, and then they get the bar with weights on, try to pull it on this, and then pull it right up here, try to rub it onto there, so it's up onto your hip, then from there push it up, squeeze the ball down. See how there's less range of movement? It's not pushing your glutes through like a full range. It works, but it's sort of dangerous trying to lift that weight up and get that weight on there. Just load it up, put the seat belt on and just ready to go. So it's a lot safer. Oh. That worked, it's fine. We'll see how we get on with this seatbelt. That's the third seatbelt. So. Oh, it is, yeah. So see how that's a bit harder. You might find that that might dig into you. I'm okay with you using whatever. Yeah, whatever's most comfortable for you. Is anyone doing that with it? Anyone on the squat rack? I'll show you how to set the squat rack up as well for safety. Top videographer, like. Right, so when you're by yourself, squat rack is essential, yeah. Imagine not having this and trying to do a barbell squat. You're going to have to get the bar, try and drag it over here, and then try and push it over your head onto your neck. And then when you're knackered and your legs are knackered, we're going to do that big bar. And obviously, because you're throwing it across your neck, you're restricted to how much weight you can actually lift up. Your legs are a lot stronger than what you'll be able to press and bring it over. So, what I normally do, I check this height first, and I want it so bend down a little bit, and then push up, and I'm not on my tippy toes. So they just spin around, pull out, and then go back in. So for my height, that's about perfect. Just coming into it, lowering, and then I just push up. I'm not having to like stretch up on my tippy toes. Stepping on my tippy toes to get it off is okay, but then once you're absolutely knackered and your legs are all trembling, it gets dangerous to try and tiptoe. At that point, all I want to do is finish squatting, go in and down. Hitting that, I know it's safe. Yeah? Don't be trying to all delicate and bending over and trying to reach it on. Just get right in and then down. So once I've got that set, it's comfortable on my shoulders. I want to get these set because if your legs fail, depends how hard you're training, but I'll try and sort of push myself as much as I can, but sometimes I physically can't get back up. If they're set down there, God knows what's going to happen to me, I'm going to get crushed. So I would sort of, from that position, I'd see how low I'm going to go, and then maybe set them. Again, they just pull out. Just trying to get these on the same side. So that's probably a little bit too low, and maybe up a bit, so just so I can sort of get down and bail out a bit if I can't get back up. So, back placement, especially if, like I've got a bit of meat around my neck, but for most women, you haven't really got meaty necks, so back placement is really important. See, a lot of people get it, and you've just got it right on the neck. If you lift up and all that pressure's on your neck, it's going to hurt. And then you get weight on, it's going to hurt more, and you're not going to be able to train your legs properly. So, you want to be trying it. Get it right across the shoulders. See how the placement's right across, so there's less pressure across my back. And then they'll do like a lower bar position for the power lifters. And the more bent over, it's coming right across, a bit more comfortable because they're going to get even more weight on that. Anybody want to have a little go? This is the time to do it. No, come on then. Probably need down one more. Again, see with depth, everybody's going to have a different level of depth you can get to. There's no sort of right or wrong. If someone says you really need to touch the floor, some people physically can't do that because of body mechanics, and maybe can't do it because of how tight they are, they're not used to it. So just try and get a little bit lower each time you do it. Feel alright?
Yeah.
Yeah, so that was perfect, right across the shoulders, it's not going to hurt. We've got the little pads, you know, that I had across my waist before, so if it's really hurting your neck, you put that on. But what I find is, when that pad's on, it bounces about a bit more, it's not as secure. So you're better off trying to find a comfortable position on your shoulders, start nice and light so it's not too bad, and just get your body used to adding a little bit of weight on it. Right, we'll do some cable pull throughs. Like. So this is one. I'm going to step out. So from here, all I'm doing is tilting from my hips. So tilt. I'm going to have to step out even further. So at the bottom, you want that to be pulling through with the weights not touching, and that's really stretching my glutes. And then I'm going to come up. At the top point, I'm going to squeeze my bum. Then control it back down, so stretch, up, squeeze. Yeah, so see how my arms aren't moving, they're just holding that in that position, and all I'm doing is tilt from my hips. You'll see some people will be like just pushing it down. You need to create that tension in it. Right, volunteer, because this is one that everybody gets wrong, so I just want to sort of correct you so people see. Oh. What does that weight feel like?
Alright.
Yeah?
Yeah.
So legs in a bit closer. Yeah, perfect. So stand up. So as you're coming down. Yeah. See how you're moving your hands a bit more. That's what everybody automatically wants to do. So stand up. So from here, hands are staying out. You feel the stretch in your glutes and your bum. And then snap it up, squeeze your bum. Yeah? You still want to move your hands there. Hands right down, locked. Dip, up, squeeze. Yeah, it's good, isn't it? So this is another good one to get your glutes activated before you do squats. Perfect. So just remember that squeeze at the top as well. So building a muscle is all about stretching it and squeezing it, making it work. Yeah. Well done. So another good one to get your glutes activated before you squat, these are called front pumps. So feet are together and you're just doing that glute bridge, up, squeeze, and that's good for activating your glutes before you do squats. Anybody got any questions on that? No? I think that is it. So there's absolutely heaps to take in there. When I make a list up with some befores, starting points, finish points, it'll become a bit low looking through them. For bodyweight ones, do them at home all the time, get used to the movements, look back on this video and see how they performed, master them, and then all of them bodyweight ones, you can put some weight in your hand and make it a bit harder. Yeah. When you're going up in squats, small increments, every single time you come in you need to do a little bit more, so more reps or more weight, and it doesn't matter whether it's a kilo on each side, it's more every single week. Yeah. Any more questions? No? Everybody learned something? Yeah, perfect. And again, same as an induction, there's a million different things that threw at you there, and you're probably like, once you see the pictures, once you can look back on the video, even trying something, you can feel when your bum's working. If it's not working, you need to like adjust your feet, more of an angle, change something, and do it until you can feel your bum, and then it works. And every single one of yours will be slightly different, even on glute bridges and everything, where your feet are, where you are, because we're all individual and different, yeah?